Sealed Only is considered to be one of Yu-Gi-Oh's most interesting challenges. Ever since Yum Yums first started his own Sealed Only challenge in May last year, many people have made attempts at their own Sealed Only journeys, but I decided to take the challenge to its next level. Starting out with only 3 Sacred Beast structure decks, I'm going to attempt to build the most viable competitive deck possible and eventually top an online Yu-Gi-Oh tournament with cards obtained only from official sealed product. This is Sacred Sealed Only. Alright, welcome back to episode 2 of Sacred Sealed Only. If you didn't see the last episode, which I wouldn't blame you for, as I had to re-upload the damn thing because I fucked up the audio, we ended up cracking open 3 of the Sacred Beast structure deck in an attempt to make a semi-competent deck with what you can from a Sacred Beast structure deck. It actually went pretty well. We managed to steal a match win against Trickstar, but that's in the past. In this episode, obviously last episode, we lost to 2 combo decks, Salamangreat and Pendulum. To Salamangreat we lost because we couldn't play through hand traps, and to Pendulum we lost because our board wasn't strong enough. So I felt like we needed to find a set that could remedy our issue there. And on that note, we're opening up some Dual Devastate this episode. So let's see if this can fix our issue with that and give us a lot more options. Without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Alright, so as I alluded to in the intro bit there, and also in the last episode, we are going to be cracking open some Dual Devastator this episode. This set's really good for anyone wanting to do their own Sealed Only, or basically anyone who hasn't been in the game for a while and wants to get back in. So let's go ahead and crack this set open. Give us a second here. I don't have any scissors on here, so we're gonna. There we go. Let's get the foil off this thing. Alright, let's crack this open. If I can, at least. Obviously I'm struggling a bit here to get the lid off. There we go. The bottom bit's coming off, which is a bit what we bought the set for, the big blocker cards. And let's crack open the field centers first. Just see what we managed to pull here. Oh, knocked the camera a little bit there, maybe. So for the field centers, the only random parts, we got the Null Nun one, the Ghost Ogre one, which is kind of pog, the Winter Cherries one, and the Yugi one. So these are alright. I guess we could probably end up using 1 or 2 of these in our. Let's move that. Probably end up using 1 or 2 of these when IRL Yu-Gi-Oh kicks back up again. But right now, let's get into the part we all came for here, which is the useful cards from Dual Devastator. So we're gonna play another game of Why Can't I Find the Tab, only to realize that I'm dumb and the tab was right there all along. There it is, found it. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got in this set. Ghost Ogre, really good card. We're going to be playing this at 1. We're going to be playing this at 1 because of just how good it is. Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries, pretty solid card. We probably won't be playing this, but it's still pretty good nonetheless. Ash, definitely going to be playing that at 1. Same with Bell. Null Nun, we probably won't be playing a solo, if I'm going to be honest with you, but it's still nice to have. Maybe if FTK decks come into format, we can probably end up playing this one. But for now, our trap does anything this would do for us. My hands are really shaking, I apologise, but Red Blossom, it's okay. I don't think we'll be playing it at all. It's not the best hand trap. Moving on to the synchro aspect of this. Catasta, it's alright. Brionac, Metaphysaurus, Black Rose, we might end up playing this in the extra actually, just because we can. Clearing Fast Dragon, this card's not good, don't play it. I don't think we can actually make Stardust Spark Dragon. I need to move the packaging here. Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, if we can make it, it might be worth playing. Trish, we probably can't even make this. Vermilion Dragon Mech, this card's interesting because it's played in the new VFD combo that you make with Jet Synchron. So if people help, we might actually end up using this. Abyss Dweller, it's alright. It's right. Well, it's really good. It's just for our deck, if we can make it, and I honestly don't know if we can. I really need to move all this mess. Honor Relic, again, it's okay, but like, we can't really use it. I mean, we can, but like, you've got a better option right after it in Castell. So, that's pretty good. Tornado Dragon, again, really good rank 4. I'm kind of annoyed they only gave you rank 4s on this, because a rank 3 would actually be really useful. But, going into your links, Underclock Taker and Land for Linkus, we're going to be playing both of these, because we need the ability to play Link monsters. Gaia Saber, Decode Talker Extended, Bomber, and so yeah, we'll probably end up playing all of these, just because we need the ability to play Link monsters. Let's free up some space real quick for the camera, huh? But, alright, on to the next, set of cards we got here. DD Crow, if it's gonna focus. There we go, DD Crow, we'll probably end up playing this at 1. We're playing this, and along with Effect Veiler, because they're both just really good. Really good for the deck. Gate Blocker, probably won't be playing this at all. This is played Emancipator though, so that's good to know. Seal 9 Emancipators coming soon. Decker Stacker, it's alright. Like, we might side this for like Geist on Eldritch because it's just pretty good for that. Border, a good normal summon. We might actually main this because the ability to just, if we worst comes to normal Border Pass is really good. Spell Canceller, it's an alright card. Again, probably won't play this and the Strike becomes better again. Lancia, you're probably end up siding this over one of our Chaos Hunters. Vanity's Fiend, not gonna play. Majesty's Fiend, not gonna play. Pank, we're definitely gonna side this. This card's really good. Gamma Seal, we're probably gonna end up playing this over one of our Radiants, just because it's a weaker Kaiju that's easier for us to swing over. Not that swing over phase is an issue with Sacred Beasts. Alright, moving on to the spells. Mind Control, Wave Motion Cannon, Mind Control will definitely be playing this card's really good to side. It was at 3 for a while, but then went back to 1, which is kind of sad, but hey. Wave Motion Cannon, not good at all, we have no reason to play this. Super Poly would be good if they gave you targets, but if it's going to focus on Super Poly, please, thank you. But for some reason they didn't give you targets for Super Poly, so we ain't going to play that at all. Book of Eclipse, it's alright, but we've got no reason to play this. I'm probably going to cut Concealings this episode, and this is better than sort of Concealing Light, so... Silent Graveyard, this might be okay to side, I'll have to, like, think about it a bit. Cyclone, we're probably going to replace one of our MSTs with this. This is a really nice card to have. Same with Called by the Grave. The defense against the hand traps, very nice. But Different Dimension Ground, this card might be okay. It's basically Macrocosmos for a turn, and while we don't have Dimensional Fissure or Macrocosmos, this could be good to side against Eldritch, against Orcus, against Sudol, basically anything that might be troubling. Another side card, Typhoon, 12+ L back row decks. Bit Apocryphal, we could probably side this against any like deck that says normal summon Jet Synchron, to be honest. It'd probably be alright. But for now, we're going to put it into the side pile. Dimensional Barrier, definitely want to side this. This card's really good against Eldritch. Lost Wind, we're going to main deck this for some more interruption, along with the next card, Heavy Storm Duster, because popping back row is good, and popping 2 at the same time is really nice. Royal Decree, it's okay. It's a pretty okay card. The ability to just, say, negate all other traps is good, but however, we are quite focused on our Sacred Beast Awakening, and this can clash with that, so we might side it for Geist, but other than that, I don't think we'll play this. Anti-Spell, I definitely want to side this, as we don't rely on our spells too much, this, especially going first. This is really good against decks that rely on spells, such as like Strikers, kind of a thing, this format. This annoys Salad, because they can't use the Sanctuary on their first turn, it doesn't hurt them though. Yeah, that's all I'd really like to say about Anti-Spell. Tikaboo, we're not going to play this at all, this card's garbage in this deck. Wiretap, you can maybe play it if you're not scared of Evenly, but I'm not, so we're not going to play this at all. Strike, we're going to be maining this just to negate our opponent's cards. And Red Reboot's a definite side deck staple. So, all these cards down here, let's get these organised out a bit. Hang on, give me a second here. All these cards here, we're going to be playing in the main. Sorry for that little jump cut there, I wanted to get everything organised so you guys can like see what we're playing, like Sayu, Underclock Taker, etc. But without further ado, let's make some changes to the deck and do another deck profile so we can go over what we're gonna be, what changes we can do. I feel like with all these changes we're gonna be making here, it's worth doing another deck profile just to show off what's changed and what hasn't. Alright, so I think I've settled on all the cards I want to go ahead and cut from the list. For this episode at least. We are going to be going up to a 43 card deck here because I'm indecisive and can't decide what to cut, like, fully. But we're going to go through all the cards we're going to be cutting from the main that was already in there. So we're going to be cutting the one of the Dark Summoning Beasts. We were playing 3, but like I said, it being level 5 is scary in the first episode. I wanted to play 2 in the first episode, but for consistency I was like, yeah, we'll play 3. And we were playing 3 Desires, so I don't want to banish any. Once Cerulean Skyfire, it's not really that good. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a good card, but we want to search it. Or that we want to see it, or we don't want to see it. So basically, I think 1 is fine. We've got infinite ways to search it, basically, if we want to see it. So we're cutting down 1 Desires for now. Basically, in favor of the fact that I want to be able to like play one-ofs, I feel like cutting down on a Desires is fine. An MSC, because we've got Cyclone to replace it. Terraforming and 1-for-1. I feel like with the ways we're only playing 5 level 1 monsters, 2 of which being hand traps. So I felt like 1-for-1 wasn't necessary. And Terraforming, we've got Chaos Summoning Beast if we really want to search Fallen Paradise. I don't think Terraforming is necessary moving forward. Hyperblaze never came up. Like, the recursion was just not needed whatsoever. And an Escape from the Dark Dimension because it was only really bad because it was useful. But with what we've got now, I feel like it's just not as necessary as it was. So that's what we're going to be removing from the deck in this, for the cards we obtained from Dual Devastator. Also, in addition to all the cards we got from Dual Devastator, I also want to go ahead and put in 1 copy of Chaos Core. Purely because we need more defensive options in the deck. And Chaos Core's actually a fine card to just set. Because if your opponent punches into it, you flip Chaos Core, its effect triggers, you get to dump all 3 Sacred Beasts, and then it protects itself. So, if you really need to, setting this and passing isn't bad, so I am going to be finding space for 1 Chaos Core in the deck. Alright, so, I felt it was appropriate to do another deck profile, obviously, because a hell of a lot has changed with all the new cards from Dual Devastator. So, let's just jump right into this new deck profile. The main extra and side have all seen huge changes, which should be for the best. We'll see. So let's just jump straight into this. Starting with the main, obviously, where else would you start? We're playing double Raphael, double Haman, and, of course, double Uriah. We're still playing each of the 2 Sacred Beasts. We are still playing Desires. And until the Desires ratio starts to go down, I don't feel comfortable cutting any of the Sacred Beasts down by any ratio. There's a lot of cards in this deck that obviously rely on the Sacred Beasts, and banishing, if I'm only playing 1 and it gets banished, Dimension Fusion Destruction is dead. And that's one of my main methods of OTKing, so I don't really want to only play 1 while I'm playing Desires. Ironically though, I am playing just 1 still of the Shimmering Scraper. I need to move this up a bit. But, yeah, I am still only playing 1 of the Shimmering Scraper. The reason for that is pretty simple. It's just that, you don't want to see it, you want to search it out and then press the game. So I'm playing 1. I'm probably going to cut this card entirely from the final build. I do want to start looking into a going second OTK build for the time being, though, as the going first control build might be a bit fragile. But, yeah, that's it for the Sacred Beast lineup. Moving on to the combo pieces, the starters, the whatevers. You've got 3 Dark Beckoning Beast, my personal favourite of the new cards. I don't know if I said that last episode, but that's how I feel about it. Dark Beckoning Beast is just really good. It's this plus any of the other combo cards, which I'll name all the combo cards when we get to them. And you want 2 Sacred Beasts, so it's a really good card. One of the other combo cards is Chaos Summoning Beast, as I probably should have mentioned. We're still playing that at 3, of course. Chaos Summoning Beast is just really nice. I didn't know this last episode, but you can banish it from the graveyard to add Fallen Paradise to hand, which is something I only learned recently. I couldn't remember what its banish effect was. Oh, no, wait, I did know it, never mind. It's just I completely forgot about it before I recorded the video, because I used the effect in the duel with what's his name, didn't I? The Trickstar player. So my bad. I guess I forgot about that. But the effect I meant that I didn't know was the Dark Summoning Beast. We're playing 2 Dark Summoning Beasts, as I said when I was telling you about what cards we're playing. We're playing 2 now. It's level 5, so it's not as good as Beckoning or Summoning. But, Beckoning or Chaos Summoning, I should say. But, yeah, it's still a really good card. You can banish it from the grave as well to add a Sacred Beast card, which does come up in some of your combos when you're just trying to, just get to, like, decent end board. It does come up when, like, adding a Sacred Beast to summon Chaos Summoning Beast. And then, for the last Sacred Beast card, as I said, I am going to be playing the 1 Chaos Core. Just for the defensive options, the ability to get Dimension Fusion Destruction alive a bit easier is also there as well. I kind of wish I had Almirage, because this card gets so much better when you're playing Almirage. But for now, I don't, so we're just playing the 1 Chaos Core. But that is it for the main deck, Sacred Beast monster cards. Moving on, we're still playing 3, as the only non-hand trap or Sacred Beast card. We're still playing the 3 Chupacabra. Just for, like, the Upstart Goblin effect, really. Obviously, I'm going to change these out for better dangers. These are just kind of placeholders right now. But the 3 Chupacabra are still good. It's mainly also what's going to mainly let us go into our extra deck now, being a level 4 non-tuner. Obviously, we don't have any good tuners right now, or any way to go into the extra deck is we're using our hand traps. So I've played the appropriate monsters for that accordingly. From there, for the hand trap lineup, for the main deck hand trap lineup, we're playing the 1 Ash, the 1 Ghost Spell and Haunted Mansion, the 1 Effect Veiler, the 1 Ghost Ogre, and the 1 DD Crow. These are probably the only 5 hand traps from Dual Subsidiary 1 in main. I'm side decking Lancia, as you'll see when we get to the side deck, but I feel like these 5 hand traps are probably the ones I wanted to play in the main deck. Just because they're all good, this format, Ogre's good is sometimes good against Adamantipator, and it can hurt the Halka-Fibrack combo. DD Crow's quite good against Eldritch, Ash is good against everything, Veiler's good against everything, and, except Eldritch with Veiler, but hey, and Bela's good against Eldritch as well. So, it kind of makes up for Veiler's shortcomings there, but that's it for the hand traps. Moving on to the spells, 3 Opening of the Spirit Gates, this, or Dark Summoning Beast, Dark Beckoning Beast plus one of the other combo cards, can get you to your thing. So the combo cards, if you missed it, are Dark Summoning Beast, Dark Beckoning Beast, Chaos Summoning Beast, and this. So opening any of those those cards in combination, except opening Dark Summoning Beast and Chaos Summoning Beast, will get you onto 2 Sacred Beasts, which is really useful in the long game. But this card's just really good as well, being able to revive Sacred Beasts, being able to add a card from deck to hand. All of it, it's just like really good. And recurring continuous spells, it's not going to come up as much now, considering I'm only playing 1 continuous spell in the deck now. Other than this, obviously, but it's still really good. Then we're playing the 1 Cerulean Skyfire now. It's not as good as I was expecting it to be. It doesn't perform as well. Obviously, you need to open the, I can't English right. You need to open, start with Command on the board. There you go. You need to start with Command on the board for it to be good. So, I'm only playing 1. Could it be better? Hell yes, but hey, it's what we're dealing with. And then 2 Dimension Fusion Destruction, just to make Armor Tile. If we had Verte, I would be playing 1, but I honestly might be playing 1 when it comes to next week, after next week's opening, which I won't be spoiling. But, Dimension Fusion Destruction is still a really good card, and then for the final Sacred Beast spells, we're just playing the 2 Fallen Paradise. 2 is fine, we can search it off Chaos Summoning Beast, we can search it off Opening the Spirit Gates, we can search it off Dark Beckoning Beast if we really need it, and Pot of Greed in a field spell is pretty cool. So that's it for the Sacred Beast spells. Moving on to the generic spells, we are playing the double Desires now. We were playing triple before, as you guys probably remember. But double, I felt was fine. Like, we're playing Fallen Paradise for draws, and we have a lot of search power, so I feel like this is fine. We're also playing the Troops if we wish to draw. For back row removal, I'm playing 1 Cosmic and 1 MST. Just because the Cosmic and the MST, this is just basically playing their MST. Like, the back row removal is the same, except we have the better card now. And then wrapping up the spell lineup is just the 1 called Buy to protect from hand traps. We're going to need to get 3 Cool Bite at some point, because this deck kind of loses to a lot of hand traps, so having protection against them is critical. Moving on to the traps, we're playing 6 traps now, which is actually 1 more than we were playing last week, but hey, it's still more the welcome. So we're playing the 3 Awakening of the Sacred Beasts. This card, now I know the combos with the deck, is actually a lot better, because we can end on a Sacred Beast, we can end on 2 Sacred Beasts a lot of the time, which activates the Skill Drain effect. And then, finally, wrapping us up with our interruption cards. Heavy Storm Duster for Geist, Eldritch, etc. Lost Wind and Strike. They basically serve the same purpose except one negates and one negates the summon. So yeah, that's what we've got going for the main deck now. I feel like it's going to be a lot better. The trap cards should help with the strength on going first board, and the consistency cards should just help out overall. Let's move on to the side deck. I said moving on to the side deck there, but I actually meant moving on to the extra deck. So the extra deck has obviously undergone a lot of changes. We've gone from 6 to 15 cards, so naturally we're going to be gonna have a lot of things to talk about. So we're now playing 2 Untitled instead of the 3. This was mainly just free up space, but honestly we don't need 3. We are never gonna make like more than 1 Untitled in a game, so playing 2 is honestly stretching it. This should probably be the Silent Honor arc, but it's not, so we're playing 2 Untitled. Worst case scenario, we're playing 2 in case of like, I don't know, a Silver Rocket Dragon. But, and then we're just playing 1 Trilogy. We're still playing this because the burn is nice and burning for game might come up, so yeah, we're still playing the Trilogy. Fusion. That's it for the Fusion Monsters. We've gone from 6 Fusion Monsters to 3, so obviously we're gonna have some big changes. And then for the Synchro Monsters, I'm playing the 1 Ally of Justice Catasta and the 1 Black Rose Dragon. This is because these are the only ones we can make. Black Rose we can make with Chupacabra and any level 3 hand trap, so Ash, Ogre, Bell make this. And this is with Troop, with Vela, can make Catasta. So if we really need to, we can make Synchros. But honestly, with how the deck plays, I doubt ever going into a Synchro is going to be better than just holding the hand trap. But yeah, that is it for the Synchro Monsters. Moving on to the XZs, we only play 3, which we can't probably get since there's only 4 XZs in the set. But we play the Abyss Dweller, the Tornado Dragon, and the Castell. Just to help out things, if we somehow manage to establish 2 Sheep going first, then Dweller can be made just to stop graveyard decks. But I doubt these are ever going to come up, but they're there for the options, so that's why we're playing them. Moving on to the links are actually really nice to have, so since we can now link off stuff like Dark Beckoning Beast, and it just gets left on the field. And honestly, I'm just going to say right now we're playing all the links from Dual Devastator, so we're playing Lan and the Underclock Taker. We're probably always going to make Underclock Taker over a Lan for Linkers, just because it's better. If we ever, for some reason, need Link Arrows, then sure, I'll make Lan for Linkers, but Underclock Taker is just better right now. Video Night, Decode Talker, and Decode Talker Extended. Again, just because they're Link monsters and the most generic things we've got, we might as well play them. And that obviously means wrapping up the extra, we're playing the Sayuya and the Bomber Dragon. I doubt we will ever make these with our current list. Maybe in the future, if I manage to pull a copy of Scapegoat, we will make these at some point, like, so I can see Sayuya coming in handy, Bomber coming in handy. But for now, this is what we're playing for the Link monsters. Like I said, the extra deck's nothing special, it's just extra deck's basically just a toolkit at this point. But yeah, that is it for the extra deck. Let's move on to the side deck. Alright, moving on to the side deck here. This has probably undergone the most drastic change from 5-3 elves and to kind of a scattered mess, if I'm going to be honest with you. But for our Kaijus, we're playing the 1 Radiant and the 1 Gamma Seal. Just because having different Kaijus is sometimes useful. Like if our opponent is playing a Beam deck and flips Tigaboo or something, we have Gamma Seal. A really niche scenario, but hey, it might come up. And also because Gamma Seal is just smaller, which is just going to let us swing over it easier, and also hit for more damage. Punching into Gamma Seal with Armor Tile is like 200 points off game, so that might come up at some point. Next up, we're now down to 2 Chaos Hunter, and then we're playing the 1 Lancia. It's just because Lancia you go less neg, so I feel like playing 1 less Chaos Hunter and play if I can English, I'm probably going to cut that bit. But I feel like playing 1 less Lancia in favour of the Chaos Hunter is just going to be better for card advantage in the long run. And it's just the fact that you don't have to wait for your opponent to like special summon before you can Lancia them, before you can Chaos Hunter them here, it's going to be great. The 1 border, for matchups such as like Adamantipator style or whatever, where saying normal summon border like wins you the game. This is just really good. Obviously, like Adamantipator has ways to like Block Dragon is a card. But being able to slow them down on that turn 1, and if they don't open Block Dragon, they basically lose to border. So border's really good, and then just Pank for going second, because drop it up. Because specialing Pank can help out a lot of like tougher boards, like Pank outs Window really nicely. And overall, just Pank's a really good card, I'm glad we have it. That is it for the side deck to monsters. Moving on to the side deck spell, I say spell, it's already side decking 1, it's the Mind Control. Just to basically out stuff like, if your opponent controls, say, Winder. I'm already afraid of Winder, aren't I? Winder, you can force a negate with this, it's just really good. And you can use it to, hey, we might be able to make some plays by stealing opponent's monsters mind control. So the one mind control is fine. And then moving on to the traps, probably the biggest section. I didn't actually do a count between monsters and traps. But of the traps we're playing the one different dimension ground. You probably heard my dad sneeze in the background there, I apologise. But but I did that out. But we're playing one different dimension ground here just because it's a pretty solid card. Being able to dimension fissure your opponent for a turn is pretty nice. And the fact that it doesn't affect, you can flip it on your opponent's turn, so you're not under the Macrocosmos effect, is really nice. Double mistake, we're still playing two mistakes. This is probably not a mistake to keep it in, however. But two mistakes are just going to be really nice to keep in because you saw what it did to that Trickstar player, basically flipping it once the game. And any deck relying on searching is basically just going to lose if you flip this, so it's really nice. We're playing one anti-spell just to help against spell-based decks. Sky Striker, Witchcrafter. I don't know why I say Witchcrafter, it was the first one that came in mind, but it's still going to help out against any deck that relies on spells to just slow them down for a turn. Dimensional Barrier to flip against any deck that says normal summon Jet Synchron. You can call Synchro with this, and Eldritch's Jet Synchron play kind of dies. Same with Adamancipator, they can't, when you want to flip it against Adamancipator, I feel, is when they've gone into Auroradon and said summon Olion. Or, so basically you can then just say, okay, great, you can't Synchro summon now, what do you do? Because they can't link if they've made Auroradon as well, so just flipping it then is really good. Typhoon, basically for against Mystic Mine. I wanted to have an additional option to help against trap decks, and especially like Mystic Mine, which is why we're also, for the final side deck card, it's just the one reboot. So yeah, we have a 50 card side deck now. Reboot's just really nice to help deal with all the trap decks that are going around this format. Obviously, like, I say all the trap decks, there's only two. But, anyways, that is it for the list. Let's jump straight, that's it for the list. Let's jump straight into the replays. I'll see you guys in the replays. Alright, so before we jumped into the replays real quick, I wanted to go over the combo that I mentioned in the early segments of the video. So basically you need to open up one of the searches, either Dark Beckoning Beast or Spirit Gates, and one of the summoners, so either Dark Summoning Beast or Chaos Summoning Beast. Or you can open up the two searches as well, that'll work, so it'll get you to the other one. Basically, you need a way to get to those four cards in a way. So what the combo is you normal summon Beckoning Beast and say Beckoning Beast effect. And then with Beckoning Beast, we're going to go ahead and add Chaos. We're going to go ahead and add Spirit Gate even. Make sure you do add Spirit Gate, by the way. Because then you're going to activate Spirit Gate to go ahead and add your Chaos Summoning Beast. From here, we're going to activate Beckoning Beast. We're going to use Beckoning Beast's extra normal summon even to go ahead and normal summon the Dark Summoning Beast. And from there, we're going to tribute off Dark Summoning Beast to go ahead and special summon either Raviel or Haman. I'm going to go for Haman in this case, but you can basically do it however you want. From there, you can use Opening Spirit of the Gates to pitch Summoning Beast and then summon Summoning Beast. So this is legal as long as you have a target you can summon beforehand. So as I have Dark Beckoning, Dark Summoning, I can pitch Chaos Summoning and then summon Chaos Summoning. From here, we're going to go ahead and use Dark Summoning Beast's effect to banish it from the grave. And then go ahead and add Raviel to hand. And then we're going to go ahead and banish Chaos Summoning Beast to go ahead and special summon Raviel. From here, we're going to banish the Chaos Summoning Beast to go ahead. It still says undo. Oh, DB is lagging. Give it a second. Here we go. So we're going to go ahead and add the Fallen Paradise from deck to hand, and then we're going to activate it to draw 2 more cards. So that's basically it. We will have 3 more cards. We will obviously have 3 more cards in this, so these would have been our actual draws, but yeah, that's basically the gist of the combo. You basically just have to open one of each, and you can establish a pretty okay board. Like I said, like, you're not going to use your action very much, so like this is going to be like... not including Awakening, obviously we'd have to draw into that. But like this is going to be like your standard end board, which is really good, by the way. You're probably going to want to summon Haman in defense if you don't have access to Cerulean Skyfire, because that way they have to punch into the defense position Haman to deal. And then, but either way, you've got 2 massive monsters that can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects and Pot of Greed every time. So this combo is pretty strong. Let's jump into Rated and see if we can pull it off and just see how we fare in today's matches. Alright, we are here with the replays for episode 2 of Sacred Beast Sealed Only. And these replays are actually both really short, so that's why
And I'm glad for it because the actual duel itself is really long. I might actually cut that from the episodes. But anyways, I need to let's restart that replay real quick because we missed a whole bunch of stuff there. But our first replay, we were against Altergeist. So, you might be thinking, gee, how the hell did you fare against Altergeist? Well, he starts to turn off with Pot of Duality. His hand is stacked, but I meant to hide this, but as I'm showing, I might as well just say, but his hand is stacked. He's got Duality, he's got double Imperm. I don't think I can play through this hand, so I don't know this at this point really. All I've seen is him activate, add Multi-Faker, and I have Chaos Summoning Beast. So he starts his turn, and I go into my main phase, and I'm like, yeah, let's go for the Desires. Just try and see if I can draw into anything. I was hoping to draw into some of my back row cards. I drew into Storm Duster, so worst case scenario, I was going to set that and pop some of his back row. If I recall correctly, he didn't have the Protocol, so I go ahead and set the Storm Duster, set to, because I was going to reveal Tube, but I decided to normal Summoning Beast first anyways, and then just say, effect, Beach Scoops! So that was the Altergeist matchup. We did take a dub in that. Unfortunately, it was because our opponent left, but hey. And then we move it straight into the next matchup. So I go second again because I am shit at rock paper scissors. But anyways, looking at our opening hand here, we do have full combo. However, we have to play through his board to get to it. So he goes ahead and makes Magdalene and adds Petting Sessor. From there, he special summons Petting Sessor, special summons Pudding Cess. Xyzes into Glassy Flay, sets his trap, and passes turn. So at this point, I'm like, eh? Because I thought Madolche had a much stronger combo than this. And this guy has a lot of XP, so I was expecting more. But he just goes ahead and passes on this, so I'm kind of like, okay. So I activate Spirit Gates, which gets met with an Ash. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to overextend myself into a Promenade. So I just go ahead and set Chaos Core as a defensive measure. Which he can negate, obviously, but honestly, like, it's better just to get him to use the Promenade on the Chaos Core and not on my Chaos Summoning Beast. Keep the Chupacabra in hand, I pass on. He draws into a Petting Sessor, he changes his thing to attack, and he punches into Chaos Core, and I declare Chaos Core effect. So I resolve it, dumping Uriah, Raviel, and Hamon. And then, I start placing the counters on Chaos Core, and he scoops. So we had two people scoop against Sacred Beast for no reason. One to Chaos Core, one to Chaos Summoning Beast. Which is not what you should do, because this deck can't really play this. I was struggling here. I was just like thinking like, Jesus, how am I going to out this? Cause especially since he had Promenade. Yeah, so... yeah, that's basically the replays. That's all I got to say for the replays. The main duel is a lot more interesting. It's actually a really fun duel, so let's jump into that and let's talk about it. Alright, so hi, we're here for what was gonna be the live game, but unfortunately, because of time constraints on the video, like the fact I don't want it to be over an hour long, I'm just gonna do a commentated over game just to make it a bit quicker. So sorry about that. You'll have a live duel next episode. I might end up cutting these entirely just because I make the videos way too long. But hey, we'll find out. So, this is a duel against a player, obviously a raid duel. We went first. We actually lost the Dyro, but he let us go first, so it was a bit strange. But anyways, this is our opening hand. It's pretty okay. We've got Beckoning Beast, so we can do stuff. Cyclone and Lost Wind for some interruption, and Ogre as a hand trap. So we go ahead and normal Beckoning Beast, and go ahead and add Opening and Spirit Gates. And then we go ahead and activate Opening to go ahead and add Dark Summoning Beast. From here, we tribute over the Beckoning Beast to summon. We basically just do Sacred Beast things, is the easiest way to put it, refer to it as. We set a couple back row and pass it over to him. We end on a Raviel, a Lost Wind, a Cyclone, and an Opening Spirit Gates. This is already showing how much better the Duel Devastator has made the list. Because by having Lost Wind and Cyclone, we've already gained more interruptions. And especially with Ogre. Beforehand, this would have been like an escape from the Dark Dimension and a Hyperblaze, probably. And she would have been an MSD and an escape from the Dark Dimension, which wouldn't have done anything for us. Fortunately, though, like, we have much better cards to play now, so it's all good. So we go ahead and flip Cyclone here on the Magical Meltdown. He goes ahead and sets a card and activates Shaddoll Fusion, so we're against Shaddoll Invoked. He goes ahead and fuses away his entire hand into a Construct. He goes Seal 1 Construct, Seal 2 Beast. I chain Lost Wind, targeting Constructs. I don't want him to dump Wendy, because I felt if I let him get Wendy, I thought that was going to be an El Shaddoll Fusion. It turns out it was a Super Poly, by the way, spoilers, but I thought it was going to be an El Shaddoll Fusion. It wasn't, fortunately, though, so we can just continue to pop off. Anyways, he passes on Construct, 1400 Construct, and pass. So Here's where I misplay here. I get a bit greedy. I go ahead and use Spirit Gates to go ahead and res Dark Summoning Beast and try to use this effect. He, however, I do get a bit ahead of myself here. He says rewind and activate Super Poly, fusing away my Dark Summoning Beast and my Raviel to go ahead and make Starving Venom. So here I'm just like, okay, I'll use Reset Lost Wind, because it should let me defend. He goes ahead and flips Hedgehog and I ash it, and then he goes ahead and punches us for some damage. Almost just over half my life points, if I remember correctly. Puts us on 2,000, so 6 key, does 6 key damage. He passes his turn, we draw, and we top deck Uriah, so I attempt to do Summoning Beast things again. By special summoning Summoning Beast with opening the Spirit Gates, attributing it to summon, but he has the Ash Blossom. So, this is looking quite bad for me, so I go ahead and set Ogre just so I don't die. I can Lost Wind the Starving Venom to half attack points here, so he can't kill me. He punches with Construct, I flip Ogre. He doesn't seem to realize that Construct is on half, so I have to explain it to him here, but it's fine. He goes ahead and punches with Starving Venom, and I half Starving Venom. So he basically can't do much here. So he goes ahead, goes to main phase 2 and adds his Shadol fusion back, and goes ahead and passes turn. Why he linked off Construct and Hedgehog, I'm not quite sure, but hey, it's fine. So I actually have the ability to just pop off here. I go ahead and use Gates to revive Summoning Beast, and then Summoning Beast effect to summon Haman. I use this Chaos Summoning Beast in my graveyard to go ahead and add Pot of Greed basically to my hand. I go ahead and activate Fallen Paradise to draw 2. Activate a second copying of opening the Spirit Gates that I top decked. And I had to mention Fusion Destruction. Now here I do perform an illegal action. I do end up attacking with when I've used Dark Summoning Beast, but honestly it wouldn't have changed the outcome with what I could have done with this hand, so it's fine. I activate Defension Fusion Destruction, fusing for Armor Tile, and then swing for exact game with Armor Tile, which is really cool. It kind of sours it that I wasn't actually able to do that, but I would have just done it on the next turn, so it's cool that we were able to take a game with Armor Tile. That's just style points right there. Moving into game 2, we're going to go first. He makes us go first again, which is a bit interesting. And now this game just shows the main flaw of our deck, that we have a lot of strong cards, but if we don't open a way to get the Sacred Beasts on field, they don't do anything. So right now he's just going to and do it. Go ahead and go. I'm going to fast forward through this because he's just doing Evoke stuff. I have Dimensional Barrier, the Shadol Fusion, but I am forced to set Cyclone Pass. So his next turn he just does it again anyways. He makes Construct and then uses Dragon to pop my back row, which is a Cyclone. I flip the Cyclone and pop his Super Poly. So here he goes ahead and dumps the Wendy, and obviously Wendy is going to go ahead and grab Michelle. He grabs Beast, setting Beast, so if he flips that he would be able to draw 2 cards and discard 1. It's basically like a pseudo Graceful Cherry, so hey, if I'm playing pseudo Pot of Grid, I guess he gets pseudo Graceful Cherry. But if he Invocations here for a Mecha Butt, and I'm just like, yep, I'm not going to be able to play through this. So I let him pass his turn. Like, the only way I was playing through this was if I desires into Beckoning Beast and Chaos Summoning Beast or something like that was the requirement. But I didn't have anything, so unfortunately, so I just scooped. I drew for turn, and I drew over to the so I just scooped it up. Going into game 2, I decided to make game 3 even. I decided to make him go first because Shadol Invoked isn't too good at going first, so I decided to make him do it. He activates Invocation to go ahead and make a Winder, which was an interesting choice. Triggering Beast and Hog, but I also go ahead and trigger Chaos Hunter. Discarding the Cyclone because I felt like it wasn't as good as it could have been in this matchup. And as he was going first, like, I wasn't going to be able to respond to the Meltdown anyways. Which he didn't activate before activating Invocation, which was really weird, because if he did, I wouldn't have been able to Chaos Hunter. But it's fine. So he goes ahead and activates Alistair here. Adds Alistair to his hand here. And he goes ahead and sets a Squat Martyr, which actually comes up later, surprisingly. We top deck Haman, which makes this hand playable, because it wasn't really that good before, but top decking Haman makes this hand fully playable, so we tribute the Summoning Beast. He tries to Veiler, but he doesn't realize that it tributes for cost. So I go ahead and summon out the Haman here. We had a bit of dispute on this, but he eventually realized, yeah, that's fine. He never adds the Veiler back to hand here, which doesn't matter in the long run, but it's kind of just air. So I summon out the Haman, activate Fallen Paradise, go Fallen Paradise's effect to draw 2 more, drawing to another Fallen Paradise and an Ash, so we get more interruption. Going ahead and punching over the window with Haman, he takes 1800 plus 1000 from Haman's burn to deal 28. And then we punch over the face down with Chaos Hunter, and because he can't target Haman, I am forced to pop my Chaos Hunter. It's fine though, Chaos Hunter is a really strong card, like, just in general, though I might actually consider main decking it in the future. But going ahead and setting 2 cards, we pass it over to him. During the standby phase, I flip Awakenings just so I can start healing. It's not a skill drain yet, but it will be soon. He tries to mind control the Haman, but because of Fall of Paradise, he can't target it. So he goes ahead and returns his back to hand here. He doesn't actually have much he can do here, if I recall. And even if he did, I have Waste Out. He goes ahead and uses Alistair, chooses not to use the F. I heal for OK here. He sets a card, which was a Reshadol Incarnation, which actually doesn't really do much for him. He does his whole invoked loop, ending on Secure Gardener Resh Pass. So I draw for turn, it's another Haman, which is a bit disappointing, but it's fine. Healing up from the Secure Gardener summon. I use my field spell to go ahead and draw 2, drawing into another Awakening and a Solemn Strike. And this is basically where I knew I was probably going to win this. So I punched into this, he uses this effect, he doesn't take damage, but he still gets burned for a K. And I'm honestly just, I set the Awakening and I set the Strike, and there's not much he can do here. I try to pass, he flips Resh, I called by the grave his Resh target. And honestly, like, I was winning. I think she probably would, if this was an event, if I can English, sorry. If this was an event, I probably would have scooped upon, seeing, like, Haman plus this. Well, I didn't have, well, my only option was Resh, because I didn't have a way to deal with it. We have a bit of discussion about the deck here. Yeah, so we did go ahead and take a game here. That means we have officially won 4 matches with this deck, including if you include the scoops from the Altergeist and the multiplayer, and we have lost 2. So overall, we're doing really well in the series with the deck, and let's jump on to my final thoughts. Overall, I'm really happy with how the deck performed this week. The improvements from Dual Devastator have really helped out the deck in many ways. Having hand traps to just slow down our opponent has shown to be, time and time again, to be really effective. The extra interruptions from Lost Wind and Called by the Grave, etc. was shown to be really nice to have as well. And just Cyclone being a better MST has been great as well. Moving into next week, instead of looking for just stuff to help, generic stuff to help support our deck, we need to start trying to shape the deck into something we can use. As such, I'm thinking of either looking into the Megatins, because having some dangers that are better than Chupacabra is going to be really nice. However, there is one special product that we're going to be opening next week that was quite hard for me to find a price that allowed me to open it in the budget, but I've got it, so we're going to be cracking it open next week, and it's only going to be a small opening. But yeah, so that's all I've got to say for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you did enjoy it at any point in time, be sure to click on that like button, and also subscribe if you're new for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Sacred Sealed only. The first episode was a bit scuffed, like I said in the beginning, but anyways, I hope you guys are going to enjoy the rest of the series. I've upgraded my equipment, as you should see in this episode, so everything's going to be looking great. Follow me on Twitch and Twitter, links to those will be in the description below. And yeah, that's all I've got to say. So until the next episode from me, I'll see you guys then. Bye guys.